The Dallas Mavericks have defeated the Oklahoma City Thunder 105-101, and they stood on business as Luka Doncic still didn't have an all-star stellar 40-point game, but that did not matter because Kyrie came alive in the second half, finished with 20-plus points, and P.J. Washington, who has been just phenomenal the last few games, dropped another 20-plus point bomb, 27 points, and was just fantastic. Through the entire game, the defense wasn't the best, and I understand, but it was still good because we were limiting them on, going to the line, as well as our offense. Kind of up and down, finding its way here and there, but all in all, the guys stood still, they stood firm, they stood tall, and they delivered the dub. But it wasn't without this one thing that we're going to talk about, which I believe has completely transformed this Dallas Mavericks team during the playoffs right before our eyes. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And if we could get this video to 500 likes, I would like that so much. If you guys can just show this video some love, get it pushed in the algorithm so we can grow the Digest family, that would be great. But like I said, man, 105-101, the Dallas Mavericks got it done. Game 3 in the bag. We're up 2-1, and you know what they say? Everybody talks when they're up, but it's good to talk. It's good to talk. Now, job's not done. Let me start off with job's not done. I understand you don't want to get too full of yourself, too ahead of yourself, but there's a lot of things to be happy about. The Dallas Mavericks fan base needs to be just yelling from the rooftop that this team is a new team, and if you can't tell, I'm losing my voice. At the end of the stream today, I was just yelling. It took me a while to get this post-game vid out because I was trying to drink some tea and lemon to try to soothe my voice because I was screaming during the stream. I was going crazy because this team has turned me even more into a believer than I already was, and I hope it turned every single one of you guys into believers because this team is just doing it right before our eyes. The Dallas Mavericks are just winning by committee. It's no longer relying on one person to do everything. We have others that we can go to for help, and the one thing that I think that has changed this entire team is P.J. Washington, who, when we got him at the trade deadline, I saw in the comment section, I saw on Reddit, I was getting text messages from friends, from other so-called Mavericks fans, that we overpaid for P.J. Washington. That giving up Seth Curry and Grant Williams and a first-round pick, we were sacrificing defense, three-point shooting, and our future with that first-round pick going away. I wasn't worried. I knew exactly what we were getting. I knew the exact player that we were getting in P.J. Washington. And fun fact, in the last 2 games, he has more 27-plus point games than Jason Tatum. I mean, do we need to have the conversation? Do you want to take a walk with me to talk about how great P.J. Washington is? Because he has been phenomenal with us. He has been our key to winning these games so far in this series, and I hope it continues for Monday's game and Wednesday's game so we can ice this in Oklahoma and get ready for the Western Conference Finals. P.J. and his defense, his lockdown on-ball defense, has been huge for this Dallas Mavericks team. I don't want to hear nothing about the torture chamber anymore, and we're going to look more into that later in this video on why I don't believe it's a real thing. It may work on lesser players, but when you want to put your best defender on our best player, why isn't he on PJ? You put him on Luka Doncic, that's cool. Luka Doncic is still dropping 20 plus aside from game 1, but games 2 and 3, I think he did drop 20 in game 1, can't really remember, but Luka's still putting up decent points while also playing on one leg and one knee, and while while Lou Dort is out there fouling Luka, literally got fouled out today while just taking hit after hit after hit on Luka, trying to get him injured. Yeah, I don't believe in this torture chamber anymore. We're going to put a nail in that coffin because it doesn't exist. It's all in your minds, Oklahoma City Thunder fans. It's not real. It never existed. But do you want to know what did exist? PJ, and every Mavericks fans knows that to be the real deal. Luka, I'm all over the place. But PJ Washington's defense, also Luka's defense, we can add him in there too, has been just astronomical. And we saw it since the trade deadline. Right at the trade deadline, we saw what was going to happen. The Dallas Mavericks are a defensive monster, just a lockdown with not just PJ Washington, but with Daniel Gafford. With those 2 additions, the defense has been infectious. We've seen Derrick Jones Jr. become an amazing defender in the first round. Second round, it's a little bit, might be too much for him. I'm not too sure. He's still doing a great job. It's just not the same as the first round, but he's still looking great. But the entire team wants to play defense. They want to go out there and fight every single night, and they're getting it done. But before I get ahead of myself, let's go ahead and break down that box score, why don't we? For the Dallas Mavericks, Paul Jermaine Washington Jr., 27 points. 0 turnovers, had 2 assists, 6 rebounds, 2 being offensive rebounds. It was 5 of 12 from 3. He's been coming alive for us. He's been fantastic. Derrick Jones Jr., only 3 points, but he had 3 steals, 1 assist, 4 rebounds, 2 being offensive rebounds. Daniel Gafford, 8 points, 1 block, 3 assists, 5 rebounds. Uncle Drew, Kyrie, 22 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. He was 2 of 6 from 3. And Luka Doncic, 22 points, 4 turnovers, but he had 2 steals, 5 assists, 15 rebounds, 3 being offensive rebounds. He was 1 of 4 from 3. I'm glad he didn't take too many threes. He was 1 of 4, and I'm fine with that. I'll live with that. Off the bench, Tim Hardaway, in my opinion, he still had a good game. He had 8 points with 1 steal, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. He was 2 of 5 from 3. Derrick Lively, the young rook, we will talk about how he's been phenomenal. A lot of people think he's been struggling, but I don't know. That box score says he's a plus 16. The highest plus minus on our entire team, had 12 points, had 1 assist, 8 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, and was 8 of 12 from the free throw line. He is a 50% free throw shooter, and he shot 8 of 12 from the free throw line. That's my rookie, and he's helping this team win every single night. Josh Green, Hustle Man Green, also a plus 15. He only had 3 points, but he had 1 steal, 1 assist, 1 rebound. He was 1 of 3 from the three-point line. Dante Exum still struggling to find his flame, but I know that he's going to find it soon. I have faith in him, like I have faith in every single person on this team. But like I said, PJ Washington was phenomenal the entire game, shooting the lights out, playing great defense. He didn't foul out this game, but he was still able to lock people down. But Derrick Lively, if we're going to talk about PJ unlocking this team, shout out to Derrick Lively. Again, people were worried about Derrick Lively over the last 2-3 games. Like, where is he? What's he doing? He's missing all these easy layups and easy dunks. Yes, I understand. He was missing a few lobs today, but he was 8 of 12. Hold on. Bring in the camera. He was 8 of 12 from the free throw line. He is a career 50% free throw shooter. Down in the stretch, I want to say it was like 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, they kept intentionally fouling Derrick Lively to the point where he was running away from Chet so he wouldn't go to the line. And there was a moment where we took Derrick Lively off the floor and we went small. We don't have Maxey, so we put PJ at the 5 and we went small. I was a bit worried. I'm like, we're losing size. What are you doing, Jason Kidd? But it wasn't until after the game that I realized why Jason Kidd did it. Apparently, him and Kyrie had a pep talk with Derrick Lively saying, we want you to go to the line. Let them foul you. We'll live with the results. And that's the trust you want from your teammates. That's the trust that you want from your head coach. Shout out to Jason Kidd, who he has not been outcoached not once in this playoffs. You can't convince me. Don't argue with me. Argue with your mama. Jason Kidd has been a phenomenal coach, well deserving of that contract extension. But to have him and Kyrie Irving, a seasoned veteran, have that much faith in our rookie, who is a 50% free throw shooter. On stream, I'm yelling, put in Gafford. If they're going to foul us, put in Gafford. But Derrick Lively delivered 8 of 12 from the free throw line. I'm all for it. And if we got to look at the Oklahoma City Thunder box score, if anyone cares, Chet had 13 points, had 4 blocks, 1 steal, 3 assists, 8 rebounds. Jalen Williams had 16 points, 1 block, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 31 points, 4 blocks, 2 steals, 6 assists, and 10 rebounds. Josh Giddey had 9 points, 1 assist, and 2 rebounds. And Lou Dort had 8 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Jalen Williams off the bench had 2 points, 1 steal, 1 assist, and 5 rebounds. Gordon Hayward, 2 rebounds. Isaiah Joe had 13 points, 1 steal, 2 assists, 1 rebound. He was 3 of 4 from 3. Aaron Wiggins had 6 points, 1 steal, 4 rebounds. And Kason Wallace had 3 points, 1 personal foul, and 1 rebound. And there was nothing they could do with us. All this talk about the torture chamber, I don't want to hear it. It's not a real place. It doesn't exist. You think about the torture chamber? Well, wake up, because you're in P jail, and that place exists, and it lives rent-free in everybody's heads. You want to go up against Dallas? You're going to have to do with P jail. PJ Washington has been phenomenal for us. He has been amazing for us, and I'm glad that we have players. The Dallas Mavericks finally have players that can step up when Luka is hobbled, playing on one knee and one ankle, but still able to contribute in some way. But knowing that Kyrie is there, who had like 8 or 9 points last game, had 22 tonight. He was huge for us. And PJ stepping up with 27. You had Derrick Lively off the bench contributing. The team is locked in. We're not a team that relies on one person. We're a team that wears next man up mentality. You hit the court, you have production, you help the team the best of your ability, and we'll live with the results. And after this game, 105-101, I will live with these results. But some other stuff that we want to break down right here. PJ Washington has absolutely been clutch for us in these playoffs. He's now coming off the 2 best performances of his career considering the circumstances. Today, he had 27 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists with elite defense. Hometown boy becomes the hero, and I can't agree anymore with that notion because, oh my gosh, PJ Washington. I can't say it enough. He is the guy for us. Whoever thought that trade was a bad trade, you don't know basketball. And if you're a fan who never wanted that trade to happen, stay on that side. Stay on that side because over here, we're enjoying the dubs with PJ Washington. leading us. I'm enjoying these dubs. And you should too. If you're a Mavericks fan, you should be happy that Nico Harrison brought someone like PJ Washington. That the team trusts a player like PJ Washington night in and night out as we get these dubs in the playoffs on our road to the finals. But let's check this out right here. Lu Dort has 16 fouls in 3 games. What did I tell you about this Dortcher chamber? What did I tell you? It doesn't exist. You foul out of a game, I don't think you're playing great defense. Oh, but Luka didn't have 30 points. Luka's got one leg, one knee. You can see him bleeding almost every game. You see him hit the floor, and he's just gassed every single game. He's telling you, honestly, to the media, I am not 100%. I hurt. But he's still out there playing, still doing about 40 minutes a game, still giving his all. Why? Because he's a fighter. He fights because he wants to win. But, man, check this out, too. J-Kid responded to Hacker Lively by trusting Lively to hit those shots. He took him off, had a pep talk with him, and then subbed him back in immediately. He went 4 of 4. Keeping Lively off would have sacrificed any size advantage the Mavs had. Huge decision by Kid, and it paid off. And that's what I'm talking about. For anybody that doubts Jason Kidd, that he has low basketball IQ, that we should have extended him, we should have waited. No, that's what a coach does. You have faith in your team. You have faith in your young guys. Derrick Lively has not let us down all season. And in the crunch time, in the clutch moments where they keep sending him to the line, yeah, take him off for a little bit, have a little pep talk, get him locked in, because I know he was a little bit rattled, a little bit frustrated. Lock him in. And he delivered for it. He was 4 of 4 after that pep talk. Come on. Come on. And the last thing that we're going to look at before we get into the segment, Mavs star Luka Doncic on the team's confidence, saying if you're here, you got to believe. I believe we can win the West, but it's going to be hard. We didn't do nothing yet. We won 2 games, and we need to win 4. And I can't agree more. Job's not done. But if we're going to win, we're going to fight every single game. The Thunder, I'll give them credit. They're a good young team. In the next few years, they're going to be a real threat to this league if they stay together and develop. But for right now, this is not it. They're too young, inexperienced, and it shows. If we can win games 3 or 4, one of those games, if we can just go up 3, going into Oklahoma for game 5 on Wednesday, I believe we can win it. I don't think the Thunder have that experience to just stay locked in even when you're down. Even when you're going down 2-1, maybe even 3-1, are you still locked in? I don't think they got it in them. But you don't want to count your eggs before they hatch because anything can happen in these playoffs. And before we get done with this video, let's bring this segment. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And the good, I gotta give it to PJ, the Warden PJ, who played excellent defense, was shooting the lights out, was just an amazing addition to this team at the trade deadline, who has really brought out the best in this Dallas Mavericks team. PJ Washington, you get the good. The bad, I can't give it to the refs. Obviously, SGA is going to get every touch call. But for the bad, I'm going to give it to SGA. I'm going to give it to SGA because for someone who finished second in MVP voting, you probably should have brought this in. We only won by 4 points. You probably should have turned it up, go full-on MVP mode, and ice this game down the stretch, and you just couldn't. That's not an MVP to me. You're free throw hunting, and just doesn't cut it out. In the ugly, got to give it to the dork, Lu Dort, because just some of those plays weren't defense. The hand checking on Luka was ridiculous the entire game. Again, you fouled out. You have 16 fouls in 3 games. You're not playing defense. You're not. And you're not limiting Luka in any way whatsoever because he's not even 100%. Luka, with 2 legs and 2 ankles, would have handled this completely different. And even though he's injured, he's still putting that work in spite of the torture chamber. Now, again, I don't hear nothing about that ever again because it's not real. It doesn't exist. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for making this far to the video. Check out our Discord and Twitter. Links in the description below. Consider becoming a channel member. We are doing another free jersey giveaway, and the only way to enter the giveaway is become a channel member. But until next time, guys, I appreciate you. Take care. Game 4 on Monday. We will go live. Hope to see you there. Peace.